Good to see you from wherever you're watching us tonight. Thanks for joining us on the Thursday edition of the show. It's the day before the big one. We're excited to be here. I'm Yemi Adebayo.
Always a delight to have you join us to talk sports in London. I'm Austin Okonakpan. There's so much going on in our world of sports. Yemi, how big does it get other than the qualifiers for the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup? Is it from Senegal taking on Egypt, or Nigeria taking on Ghana? Even before the action, we've seen all sorts. So it tells you that we have a very, very important week ahead of us in the when you talk about qualifiers for the 2022 FIFA World Cup.
Definitely, that is what it is. You talked about the drama. There's enough to talk about. And as usual, ahead of big days like this, we're not going to be alone. We're going to have a robust conversation, get different shades of opinion, different perspectives as to what could happen in the game. Let me start by introducing our partner in the Lagos studio. We'll also get the thoughts and perspectives of other people. But I want to start with Bolu Omoni, who joins us tonight as we take this trip together. Greetings to you, Bolu. Thanks for finding out time to be with us on the show tonight.
Good to be again on this lovely Thursday. This time around, no throwback. We are throwing forward to tomorrow's game against Ghana. Many questions to be asked. Many of us have talked about confidence, but the little fear being the devil's advocate is hope we've done our assignment on these guys because we don't know most of them. We don't know their players. We don't know what Otoado is bringing to the table. And I hope we've done our assignment. I not think because we are better, it does not necessarily mean success in football.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It's going to be interesting. Well, I don't even know where to start from. Austin talked about the drama. Maybe we should spice it up with the drama.
Yeah.
Usually, I'm always interested about talking about what's happening on the pitch, but a battle between two brothers and it's, all the shenanigans, all the drama, the arrival of the Super Eagles will definitely get you talking, and the kind of reception they received. Even the press briefing, which to me looked like people probably having a beer after a football game. That's what it looked like to me. But all interesting anyway.
Yep, yeah, I mean it's interesting. I mean, the band even goes beyond just the players or the NFF between and the GFA. Even journalists are talking about it. And look, this conversation will go on not just till when we play on Friday. It will continue till the second leg is done in Abuja, and we know who's going to pick the tickets to the World Cup. But let's just quickly put a pause on that, Yemi, and talk about a federation in Nigeria that had some sort of drama with their leadership, but it seems that all is well now. We'll still go back to that crucial World Cup qualifier between Ghana and Nigeria. Let's talk about the Badminton Federation of Nigeria. Remember, in September last year, they couldn't have their own election because they were some sort of leadership crisis. But today, good news for followers of badminton in the country. Francis Obi has been re-elected as president of the Badminton Federation of Nigeria. And Bolu, badminton, if you want to take a look at some sports in the last 4 or 5 years that have shown remarkable development, purposeful planning, I think badminton is among, and I'm glad that they've settled their differences. Now it's time to work.
Well, some of us were surprised when they served the notice just a day on the election day that they had 1 or 2 problems. I think you're right on that. Badminton for a few years now have been one of the top federations we have in terms of working, talking about wrestling and the likes. But I was personally surprised. What are you serving again? It felt like Obi was going to run unopposed until they had to move or stop the election. But at least finally, unlike some federations that they drag for years without sorting it out, few months these guys have sorted it out, re-elected, and I hope he continues from where he stopped. Sometimes we have people who work first off, then when they come back again, they decide to relate. I hope he continues where he left off and push badminton beyond where they are. I believe he will work well. I believe he will do something better. I've read, I've seen, and I've heard lots of things from Francis Obi before and even now. So I think badminton are in safe hands for now. At least, hopefully, we see continuity. And hopefully it means better outing for our athletes, better competitions for them, better facilities. And who says badminton in Nigeria can rise to what it used to be before? I think if you have the right people in place, we have, I say it all the time, talent is not a problem in Nigeria. And thankfully to Francis Obi and his team, they won again. So let's enjoy the next few good years of badminton again.
Yeah, that's it. Talent is never a problem, even when they had their differences. Opeoluwa, Opeyori went to Uganda to conquer Africa. So we're just saying, if we get our leaders to, stay focused, work with a unity of purpose, then Nigeria can actually do well with sports development. So, I needed to get that one out of the way, because when we get into this Nigeria versus Ghana conversation, I don't want anything to stop us. So congratulations to the BFM, and let's just hope that they keep it going. Let's come back to the conversation.
All right. Just like us said, we're getting back into the conversation once we're done with what we're saying about badminton. Let's just talk about the game tomorrow, Nigeria Super Eagles up against the Black Stars of Ghana. Bolu, let me just bring you back into it. You said one thing that a lot of us should ponder on. Same way we thought against when we were going to play Tunisia. We thought, oh, this squad has been decimated by COVID. Who are those players anyway? And we saw what happened. If there's any lesson you think we should have learned from that game, what are those lessons?
Well, first off, on our team, I think we should have a backup plan to our wing play. If that's the only option we have again, we may still suffer the same fate, because everyone expects Demola Lookman, Dennis Bonaventure, Samuel Chukwueze, Moses Simon. All these guys are brilliant football players from the wings. But what do we have going for that? Why, as much as people can, whatever anyone can say about Eberechi is, I think we need someone like him. If not him, we need that creativity. I don't think we need Etebo now. I'm not sure of his fitness. He's not played since September because of injury. But if Etebo gets back to the Etebo we know, in the game against Ghana, I think it brings up a different option we have in the middle of the park. He can also move. He never gets tired. That's one thing a table can bring. And again, the difference between Wilfred Ndidi, we can replace Ndidi, but we can't replace his calmness. We can't replace his composure. That's why I feel as much as everyone is thinking Frank Onyeka, I won't be surprised if I see Innocent Bonke. He is a natural defensive midfielder, not someone who can play there. So we need to find another option to the wing play. And defensively, there has to be lots of cohesion. Remember, one of the things that cost us was poor passes from defense, then Olai not losing the ball, Wilfred failing to stop the pass, and boom, the goal. Then the wrong communication. People are giving an excuse for the goalkeeper. The ball bounced now. He could see the ball clearly. If we can get these things wrong, we are hearing good vibes from the camp, good training, new tactics, new styles, but we need to have another option. I reference our game against Greece at the 2010 World Cup all the time. When Keita got sent off, they tried to pass in between the lines. They couldn't. That's Greece. They tried to shoot from distance. It couldn't work. Then they brought on Samaras. They started crossing the ball. That's a team that had different options. So if we try to come from the wings, if it's not working, we need another plan. Do we have the players that can execute it? Yes. Do we have the coaches who have the understanding? Yes. But understanding and implementation are two different things.
Yeah, they are. I could listen to you on and on, but very interesting perspective Bolo has on that game. Let's see if we can get different perspectives as well. Let's see if we can travel to Ghana now and, of course, listen to our friend Mickey Genius is ready. So greetings to you, Mickey. Thanks for finding out time to be with us on the show tonight. And first, let me ask you how you've been feeling the pulse of the fans ahead of that big game against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. What are Ghanaians saying?
Yeah, for us, this is a very big game. It's more like an El Clasico of African football. When Ghana is playing Nigeria, it's a different vibe altogether. And this is a game that we've all been looking up to since the draw was conducted. I think that tomorrow we are just some one night sleep away. The mood or the feeling in Ghana is great. I love the confidence I'm seeing so far. I think that only some few people that they feel that probably Nigeria can shock us or cause, a big shock, let me put it that way, and go to the World Cup. So I think that the feeling is great. We are all charged. We are ready. And we just can't wait for tomorrow.
All right. I guess the feeling is the same here in Nigeria as well. Let me throw this in. Of course, my colleague also, Lokona Akman, also will have some questions for you as well. There's been a talk about injuries in the Ghanaian squad and the fact that you don't have the easily recognizable players that we've grown used to seeing in the Ghanaian squad. And do you think that will benefit the Black Stars or could be a problem when they play against the Super Eagles?
Yeah, I think that in a way, yes, because if going to such a big game, because Ghana versus Nigeria, like I said, is a big rival game. So I feel that yes, we are missing some few players. We can talk of the likes of Wakaso, we can talk of the likes of Baba, Rahman. We have some few guys that we are missing for this all important game. And I think that yes, it's going to have effect. But I am very confident in a new technical team that has been set up by the Ghana Football Association. I believe that they are, coaches who have all the experience. They were with the Black Stars before. They played for us before. We have Utoado, who was at the World Cup in Germany with us. So he has gathered all the experience. He works for Bayern, Borussia Dortmund in Germany. He brought up the likes of Haaland and those young boys coming up. So I think that the injuries, yes, slightly, but for what we have seen so far, I think that what we have the materials that we have available, capable of, letting Nigeria stay in Lagos. They won't make it to the World Cup.
Okay, we'll see. Mickey, good to have you join us once again. Mickey, let us understand. If you take a look at history, it favors Ghana when they play Nigeria. But for the World Cup qualifiers, in 8 World Cup qualifying matches, 4 draws, 2 wins for Ghana, 2 wins for Nigeria. Mickey, you're right there in Ghana. How crucial is this match between Nigeria and Ghana tomorrow?
In fact, it's really, really, really a big, crucial match. I mean, like I said, the nation is divided. The tension is up there with some few people. I listened to our sports minister spoke this evening. I'm not really so sure about his demeanor from the way he's speaking. I think that there is a little bit tension in the air. I saw the players after training going back to their hotel. The mood, the body language says something different, but we are just confident that maybe with the support and then, we are playing home. I thought that maybe we have the home advantage and we have some few players that they have the experience. Our captain, who is missing the game, Andre Ayew, came to the camp. I mean, he was on the field when the guys were training to inspire them, to motivate them. So I think that all is good. We are just praying for luck and favor to be on our side. But like you rightly mentioned, I mean, big games like this, Ghana versus Nigeria, in recent time, doesn't really even talk about the stats because you can have all the stars, you go on the field and then he doesn't favor you. So I prefer not to really look so much at the stats because sometimes they can deceive you. But I prefer to wait for tomorrow, 90 minutes, and let's see what happens.
Mickey, there's no way I'm not going to ask because I've been going forth with Juliet Bauer on Twitter and some Ghanaian journalists. Did you see the platform that was presented to the Nigerian team that they used to get on the airplane? What's that about, Mickey? Was that just Ghana trying to frustrate the Super Eagles already?
I mean, I wouldn't love to say that it's a way of frustration because Ghana and Nigeria, we are all the same. Despite even before I come to your question, you know that today they played Ghana supporters versus Nigeria supporters here in Ghana. They played a friendly match, so it means that Ghana versus Nigeria, we are all the same people, just like football. Everybody just loves to know or to show that he or she, I mean, he is superior than the other. Now, concerning your question, I think that first of all, we have to look at it in 2 ways because, Nigeria came with their own distant plane. And then looking at it, for Kumasi, the airport at Kumasi, it's not an international airport. I just want to be clear here. It's not an international airport where we see big planes or private jets come to land. So I think that for me, it's not right. I saw the video. For me, I felt that it's not right. I just have to be very honest. It's not right. But I wouldn't say that it's a plan to frustrate Nigeria. Nigeria have seen it all. There's nothing that we can hide or we can pick away from Nigeria. But it's just unfortunate that they have to come from the plane like that. But I believe and I know with the Nigerian team and then the kind of technical bench you have, this thing will not be anything so much to to worry them tomorrow.
Okay, because we needed to get that one out of the way. I'm sure you've seen those pictures on social media, they're trending, and loads of talks coming out of that one. We know mind games will be part of this. We know mind games will be part of this too. But before Yemi takes it, what do you think is important for any team that wants to come out victorious tomorrow?
Yeah, I think that for me, I am yet to even make my prediction because people, I see a lot of messages that people keep asking me. I'm scared. I haven't said anything, but I'm just trying to be very careful because this is, like I told you earlier, this is a very, 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 very difficult game to predict. It's so difficult. Nobody can really even tell what's going to happen tomorrow unless our players take their share to the field and decide for us. So I think that for me, both teams, for Nigeria, I see that they have a very, very good team. I have to be very honest. I was discussing with some few journalists in Africa on one of our platforms that, they have a very, very good team, despite the fact that their goalkeeper is out, but they still have a solid team from the defense, to the attack and then even to the midfield. Though indeed, if he's around, it means that he's going to block a lot of things in midfield for Nigeria, but he's not there, and it means that Partey, if things are not careful, Partey tomorrow will just override the midfield. But I think that this game, it's in a way slightly going to be won from the technical bench. I mean, the two coaches and their staff, because both teams really, really have very, very good players, very, very good players who play for top teams. I do African football, so I follow all the players, so I know what I'm talking about. But I believe that it's going to be a slight, it may just take something very, very, very slightly from the technical bench to win the game. And obviously it can go either side. I mean, I prefer to wait for tomorrow before I make my prediction and I decide where it's going. But tomorrow I am looking forward to a very, very, very tough and difficult match.
Okay, all right. But Mickey, if you wait till tomorrow, it's not a prediction anymore because you will have seen the game. But I understand it's tough to call. I understand. Stay with us, Mickey. Let me bring Bolu into this. Probably just a minute before we go on a break. Is it disrespectful for Nigerian fans not to see Ghana beyond what they saw at the Nations Cup? A lot of people feel there's nothing they can do in 2 months that can be better than what they did at the Nations Cup.
Well, I think beyond their performance at the AFCON, as beautiful as Nigeria's performance was, we also got eliminated from the second round. But I think people are looking more like they changed the coach. Some players will not be available. Then many of the players are unknown. And that can be, somehow counterproductive because unknown players sometimes can spring up surprise.
Sure.
Over the weekend, I saw Ghana Twitter, and I was reading some posts after CBS scored a brace that this guy is going to play against us. He will wreck us down. Like Ghana, our defense in trouble. So I think even so many Ghanaian fans are surprised. They are scared. That's why he said he's not making this prediction till tomorrow. But on paper, one take I've had for a while is on paper, man for man, everything live for each other. I think Nigeria have everything it takes. I understand Nigeria's sentiment. I understand the overconfidence of many Nigerians. But again, we still need to think and know that football is what happens on the field of play. Football can be like what happened against Tunisia. Iwobi was brought on to make the difference, and almost immediately got sent off. That can change the outcome of any football match. So as much as we are good enough, as much as we think we are the best on the day, we still have to do the assignment. We still have to play. We have to score. Putting the ball in the back of the net is the most important thing. No matter what, you can have 90% possession. If you don't score, it means nothing. Yes, this is 2 legs, home and away. But at least let's see what the outcome of the first leg would be like. Against Sierra Leone in Nigeria, we were leading 4-0, and the game ended 4-4. So we never can tell. We may be better, but we need to show we are better. So I understand Nigerian sentiments, but at the same time, we need to do our assignment against Ghana. Ghana will definitely know, okay, they are home, so they are not counting bridge in Kumasi. They want to at least win that game. They are playing the man games of the last time they played their double like that playoff against Egypt, the best team. They scored 6. They are also playing their man games. They are doing their assignments. But are we doing ours? That's the most important thing. But again, I'm also part of those that are very confident that we'll beat Ghana.
Oh, you're a Nigerian, so I don't expect less from you. You need to be confident. That's it, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, how important is match reading and analysis in this sort of encounter between Nigeria and Ghana? Tofet Wabola will join us when we return. Don't go anywhere. Stay.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. We're still on the matter, talking about the game between Nigeria and Ghana. Austin talked about the ability to read games, how crucial it will be in that game tomorrow. First, let's just quickly listen to Augustine Eguavoen, his thoughts ahead of that game. Then we, of course, also get some other perspective and, match analysis, reading tactics and all that, how it's going to help Nigeria tomorrow. We'll do that for you. But first, let's listen to Augustine Eguavoen.
Very good. You see, I have my own game plan in my chest. It's not everything I'll let you know, okay? Yeah, in the day out, defensive midfield player. And then, if you look at the standby list that you have in your possession, there is no defensive midfield player. All right, it's quite unfortunate that Ndidi is out. So, Bonke is also in the list somewhere in my heart. So switching to Bonke, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because it's been part and parcel of this team, in the past. And have you watched any man in the last 3-4 games? Who was the goalkeeper? But listen, I'll tell you another thing. On the Noble issue, yes, it's been part and parcel for us. I've watched the league. I have a couple of goalkeepers I've also seen. The Lobby goalkeeper, Wabali, has been with us for a while. Olorunloke Ojo is somebody who I've also followed. And I'm somebody who wants to try to get information. Noble was actually subbed in the last game against Wiki Tourist. I heard a whole couple of news and all that, but I had to call my colleague, which I hold in high esteem, Finidi George, to find out what the situation with Noble was. And finding out he's been keeping for the last 4 games. And then Finidi told me everything is okay. I called the medical team there, everything is okay. So that's what's informed us coming with Noble. Every other person who has not played till now, being the goalkeeper department, everybody has a chance. We should just pray we keep winning. And when that opportunity comes, COVID has changed a whole lot of things in the past 1 or 2 years. There's not been chance for you to at least experiment at all.
All right, journalists doing what journalists do, grilling the coach, asking questions, sometimes probably getting under his skin, but that's the job we have to do. And I'm very happy Coach Augustine Eguavoen responded to all of those questions without really revealing much, which is also what we expect.
Yeah, I mean, particularly I like the way he handled the John Noble question. And this is what we're talking about, that we need more ex-internationals into the system. He played with Finidi George. He told them, look, this is somebody I hold in high esteem. Finito, what's going on with John Noble? Is your goalkeeper at Aimba? And then nobody will give you first-hand information other than the head coach. And that's what we're talking about. So journalists did their job, asked questions. It's okay, but Austin Eguavoen did a great job. Before we get before we get tougher into the conversation, let's listen to some Super Eagles players also speaking ahead of that crucial match against Ghana.
When we get knocked out in the AFCON, it was not what we planned for, but that is football. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. For the both two countries, we didn't have a good tournament in AFCON, so I think that is why the game will be very tough for the both of us. So as you can see, we are back here in Abuja and then ready for the game in 2 days' time, so we are just focused. We don't have to talk too much because we have been seeing a lot of things going around that we, the players, we talk too much on media, so we just have to concentrate on the pitch and then we talk in the pitch. We have young players, but as you can see, most of them are playing a very big tournament in Europe. So I don't think there is anyone that you're going to say that is not ready for this game. We know the importance of the game, but like I say, I played against Ghana once, I think it is 2010. So the game was, I can't even say how it is, but definitely we know the importance of the game is just going to the pitch and win, because we want to be in the World Cup like them, but we know it's going to be fight. So at the end of 95 minutes, inshallah, we're going to take the day.
And I think all of us been waiting to play in Abuja for a long time. Been in the stadium, in and around the stadium every time we come to Nigeria. We see as we drive past, we train next to the stadium, and for myself, it'll be the first time playing a game there. And yeah, seeing all the fans is going to be very exciting. And yeah, that's what we need to make it a home game. And we need all the support from everyone, from the whole nation, and for the 30,000 people that are allowed in the stadium. I'm sure they're going to make sure that the Ghana know that they're playing away from home. So yeah, we're really excited about that. And yeah, for some of the players who already played in that stadium, they've been telling us how amazing it is. So we're looking forward to all having a turn.
Super Eagles captain and vice captain Ahmed Musa and Williams Trust Ekong, giving their opinion about that crucial match against Ghana. Let's go to Istanbul in Turkey. I talked about the importance of match reading and analysis for this sort of match. Tofe Tuabola is a specialist in that aspect. Tofe, good to have you on sports tonight.
Yeah, good evening, Austin. Nice to be back on the show.
Awesome. Welcome on board. Tofe, how big is Nigeria versus Ghana, particularly when it's all about picking a ticket to the World Cup?
I mean, I don't know how the organizers got this going, but, this is very difficult, to have two West African giants, pitch against each other for the ticket. But, that's just the World Cup, and we just have to live with it. But it's a really, really big match, and the boys have to come out and show that they want it.
How important is match reading in this sort of game?
In every game, it's very important. But in this game, when the opponents are similar, it's more important as well because, believe you me, the Ghanaian team, they're going to match us physically, or similar in our style, in our physical approach. Normally, when we play other nations, other African nations of different, like even the North African nations and other East African nations, we normally have the physicality and power over them. But the Ghanaian team, they always play with a lot of power. So I think match reading is important. We need to get it right. The coach, the big boss, he needs to get the team right. And we need to have a good balance, and we need to, I think, outsmart them when it comes to our tactics and technicality.
Okay, we'll get back to you. Let's also spice it up and go back to Accra and see if Mickey is still with us and probably gets some of his thoughts. Again, Mickey, I'm interested in asking you, the fans. I mean, here in Nigeria, the fans feel that the Super Eagles are slightly the favorites, but are still afraid of Ghana. So, but what's the feeling like from the fans? Do they feel that the Super Eagles are favorites? Are they dreading the Super Eagles, or is just patriotism all the way? They believe Ghana will win. What's the mix?
Well, here in Ghana, I mean, like I said earlier, there's some kind of mixed feelings because some are confident that it's possible that the Black Stars can, pick the tickets or the slot to the World Cup. The same way that some people too are not too confident based on what they saw, or I mean, the kind of football the team exhibited at the past AFCON, that they were crushed out. They lost to Comoros. They felt like there's not too much hope, like I may put it. But the new handlers, I just listened to the coach's presser where he said that though they haven't been matched together, they are confident and they have a plan that they are willing to execute it tomorrow. So I think that with the fans, some are confident, some are very confident, and then not too much, or not too many of them are confident. But all in all, it's tomorrow after the 90 minutes that we can all say much.
Okay, all right. We'll go to Tofa in a bit, but let me throw this in for Bolu. Then we'll get back to Tofa. In terms of, let's say if for a matchup, you put the Ghanaian team on one side, Nigerian team on one side, who would you call the heavyweight?
Well, I think Tofe and Mickey would definitely agree with me on this one. It has to be the Super Eagles. Man for man, side by side, position by position, everything. Everyone, they feel. I think it has to be
every yardstick, every parameter.
I think Nigeria has to be the heavyweight in this one. The only ups or positives you are picking up for Ghana is one in derby games they will tell you form is thrown out the window. Sometimes let's look at the Clasico last week, for example. Real Madrid coming in with form, with everything, but they ended up losing 4 at home. So that aside, but on paper, on screen, on field, man for man, you would obviously want to pick the Super Eagles of Nigeria, that they have better players. Okay, I listened to one of the Ghanaian journalists during the course of the game, and he said, all the strikers Ghana brought to this game, the top goal scorer is Afenagian with 2 goals. All their goals combined, I think not up to 10 in terms of the strikers they have. Even Serodesas that Nigeria scored has over 10 goals in the league alone. So I think for this game, based on the players we have, Nigeria definitely are the heavyweights. But again, it doesn't guarantee. We shouldn't be complacent to feel it's Ghana, they are not good, they have problems now. If you think about that going into any game, you've already lost. Remember what Austin said about a week or 2 ago, that sometimes you need to win the battle before the game.
Yeah.
With what we have now, I think Nigeria has won the battle before the game. So they have to do the most important one, is to win on the day.
Okay. I want to sit back a little and pass the baton. I want to pass the baton to Austin, but I'm tempted to ask Tofe that question as well. And of course, I'll pass the baton to Austin. I mean, what do you think is the heavyweight here? Ghana, Nigeria. Who do you think comes into this game as the favorites?
Absolutely, it has to be the Nigerian national team, the Super Eagles, We are the favorites. We had a good showing at the AFCON, even if we exited earlier than wanted to. I think the Ghanaian team is going to be worried about us. They have, IU out suspended as well, but I think the Nigerian national team is definitely the clear favorites. And I'm not always happy when we're the favorites, but I think the players know, the level of this match. They know what they have to do. So I think it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good match.
We'll wait. We'll see. I definitely know it's going to be a good match. Let's bring you into it. Yes, you, wherever you are in the world watching us, be part of the program. Let's speak to fans, particularly fans of football in Nigeria. What should the Super Eagles do to avoid defeat in Kumasi? Very, very important. If you love the Super Eagles, let's hear from you on Twitter or channels_sports. You can also send us a message on Facebook, channels sports, or send us an email, sportstonight@channelstv.com. What should the Super Eagles do to avoid defeat in Kumasi? Let's get that conversation going. I want you to be part of the program. I'm done hearing from Mickey, Tofe, and Bolu. I want to hear from you watching us right here on Channels Television. But let me take it back to Tofe. Tofe, what should the Super Eagles do to avoid defeat in Kumasi?
Everything I always say is, in my opinion, we have to, the coach, it starts from the coach. The coach has to try to focus and make the right team selection. I think the game is going to be won and lost in the midfield. It's been a big blow, to miss Wilfred Ndidi. He's a world-class player. He's probably the best Nigerian player we have right now. And we have to make sure that we keep the midfield strong and, we close up shop. And I'll be worried about the defensive midfield areas. They have the young boy from Roma, Kudus. He's back into selection after he had a rib injury, in the last tournament. He couldn't make it. And he's a good link between the midfield and the attack. Kudus, the Ghanaian player. So we have to be worried about him. I think it's very important we just solidify the midfield. I don't have a problem with the striking department. I think we could get goals wherever we start, there. But the midfield and the defensive midfield I keep talking about, we have to make sure that we have the right selection, the good balance of the team. The centre-back, our centre-back pairing also is important. The coach has left out Chidozie Awaziem from this game. I don't know why. I think he's a good ball-playing centre-back. And Trustakon and Balogu, they've done a good job, so far in the last couple of years. But I think it's a bit still shaky, in our defense. Kenneth Omero coming into that defense as well. It's going to be won and lost in the midfield, in my opinion.
All right, beautiful. Let me go to Mickey before we let him go for tonight. Mickey, I'm going to just switch the question now since you're Ghanaian. Let me just do some balance on the show. Mickey, what should the Black Stars do to avoid the defeat in Kumasi?
Yeah, like my brother said, Tofe, I think that mostly for the Black Stars, they just don't have to be overconfident that probably, we are playing home, we have the home advantage, the fans are behind us, so it means that, we are just going to win that game so easily. Let's not forget that Nigeria have quality. I mean, they have a good and a solid team. So my little suggestion just will be that, we need to, buckle up, because we are going to fight a big battle. So we just don't have to let things slide. make every home advantage count. The boys should be focused all throughout the game. They shouldn't let lose hope. They should know that the nation is behind them. Things are well prepared, and I think that the battle in that midfield, is going to be key as well. For us, we will be missing our captain Andrea Ayew, through to the suspension, but his brother is back. I understand he's with the team now, so I'm not so sure that maybe he will start, but I don't know. But let's just see, and then make sure that we take our chances. For me, I think that Ghana will win here in Accra. Here in Kumasi.
Oh, right.
But I don't know what's going to happen I don't know what's not going to happen in Nigeria. But I'm confident that here in Kumasi, the fans, the home support, I think that we are going to win here. Maybe we can settle for a draw in Nigeria, and then we go to Qatar, where Nigeria stay in Nigeria to continue enjoying their Eba and Eguavoen.
We'll see. So finally, you're bold enough to make a prediction. Good. You've said Ghana will win in Kumasi. Give me a scoreline if I let you go.
This is a difficult one to predict, but I think that
you brought yourself into this.
Yeah, I brought myself, but I think I know that at least Nigeria will score a goal, but I think that Ghana is going to win by three goals to 1.
Oh, wait. Thank you so much, Mickey, for your time on the show tonight. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, man. Have a good night.
All right. Yeah, me said 3-1. Okay.
Yeah. The journalist in me is telling me to keep quiet, but the Nigerian is saying, did I hear him right? Did I just hear him right? But we'll see. Like we always say in sports, may the best team win. And, well, I still hope that best team will be Nigeria anyway. All right. Let me just... let me throw this one at Bolu. And, two areas that a lot of people seem to be worried about ahead of this game. Not that there's really an issue, but the guys playing in those positions through injury and maybe sickness not available. I know you're not Augustin Eguavoen, but who would you play in those two positions? Wilfred Ndidi's position and goalkeeping position? It's a tough question, I know, but...
For goalkeeping, interestingly, I think our best goalkeeper by performance for club is, for a while, has been Daniel Akpeyi. Well, it feels like whenever he wears the Super Eagles jersey, there's a different level of weight entirely. It looks shaky. It feels like it doesn't have confidence. So from what we see for Super Eagles, I think it's going to be Zoho. Personal opinion, I think Zoho is a better goalkeeper than Okoye. He controls the defense more. I think he has better reflexes. He doesn't run away from crosses. But the coaches know what they see in trade, so they prefer him. But for the replacement, many would say it is Frank Onyeka because he plays in the Premier League. I dragged with some guys this week that I think the only DM now, natural DM, not plays DM, plays is Innocent Bonking. And Innocent, people don't know, played in the Champions League this season for Malmo before switching clubs. So I think he's the best. He will not go anywhere. I think he played his game against was it Cape Verde or Central African Republic. He doesn't go anywhere. He will just sit down there. And that's what we see Lily do for Leicester City. Just sit and mash out the ball. If possible, man mark Partey, who is probably the biggest threat for Nigeria in the midfield. Etebo is more like box-to-box. Same thing for Joe Aribo. Other guys who want to explore. I think Bonke will sit down and mark anything that comes there. But like you said, Eguavoen once said he knows his first 11 until the omission and injury. So maybe he has a direct replacement. Innocent Bonke was not meant to be here. For him to bring him out, I guess maybe he wants to bring him directly to replace Wilfred Ndidi. But whoever plays, I still think if it was the Ghana team that used to trouble Nigeria and beat Nigeria then, you could call not just African stars, you could call the world stars. But I don't think it's the same we can say for this Ghana team. Back then, they are the Asamagians, they have Montari, you could talk of SCN, Apia. These are world stars, but it's not the same thing now. It looks more like minus party. The next big star is Afenagian, who is a young boy who just made his debut recently for AS Roma. So, no disrespect to them, but I think Nigeria should take this on. Home and away win, I'm not sure. But I think Nigeria, after 180 minutes, the Super Eagles should do it now. But let's remember, Eguavoen's last game, the first time he coached Nigeria, he lost 4-1 friendly to Ghana, he got sacked. But the last coach to beat Ghana was still the same as Eguavoen. So I think he'll be the one to end the jinx.
All right. Very good one from Bolu. But we're not going to let it end there. Tofe's still with us, so probably ask him a question or two before we let him go. We need to go on a break right about now. And of course, when we return from that break, we don't really have time to do anything else. It's all about the Nigeria and Ghana game. So let's go on that break. Come back for more Sports Tonight. All right, welcome back. We're on the home stretch. So let me just quickly pass the baton to Austin, and probably just get one more response from Tofe and allow him go. But Austin, the floor is yours. A lot on our minds.
So much to talk
game.
about. I mean, we can do a 4-hour sports show about Nigeria, Ghana. It's massive. But let's just go back to Tofe so we can sign him out and get on with the show. Tofe, I saw you nodding when Bolo Money was talking about the invitation to Innocent Bonke. Are you on the same line of thought? You like the fact that he's in the mix?
Yeah, absolutely, Austin. Bolo got it absolutely spot on. I was very impressed by his analysis. He's a very strong defensive midfielder, Innocent Bonke. I've been watching him for some time. He has a lot of Europa League experience. He's also played the Champions League, this season as well. And as he said, he's just there to sit. I mean, if the coach gives him that authority, he's just there to sit and protect the back four. We don't want, if he starts, we don't want to see him getting too experimental. He just needs to let the boys go ahead. And that's why earlier I talked about the midfield. We have a lot of midfielders that are good in transition, with Aribo and Etebo and the other louts as well. And if we play, if we don't play without Bonke, and then it's going to be a bit difficult. Oyeka is a good player as well. Of course, he can also play there as well. The coach also has an option to play one of the defenders in that position as well. But we have to get it right. We have to get the transition right as well. We just have to get it right. We have to. The first 15, 20 minutes is very important. I think we're going to boss the game. I'm going to make my own prediction before you ask me. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Nigeria win. I really believe we're going to take the cake there. If we can get everything going spot on, I think we're going to win 2-0. I think it's going to be a very comfortable win for Nigeria, and we're going to come up and do the job. I see us going to the World Cup smoothly.
Awesome. You know what you've just done? You make Nigeria sleep well tonight, Tofe. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for the prediction. You know what? Maybe we'll bring you back again tomorrow right after the game so we can just, put a wrap on this analysis. Thank you so much, Tofe.
Surely the players make Nigeria sleep better.
Okay, we'll see. Okay, so that's it. Tofe Towabola speaking to us from Istanbul in Turkey. Bolo, let me just drop it on you right away. You agree with Tofe, the things he said, particularly with the prediction?
Well, I think I'm forced to agree. Let's sort it out, settle it in Kumasi, then we just come back to Abuja and come and enjoy the game.
Okay, we'll wait to see for the football to be played. Let's bring the conversation back home now. Talk about some of the movements we're seeing in terms of managerial coaching in the country. Aqua United, finally, they have unveiled a new coach to replace Kennedy Boboye. His name is DJ, former Sunshine Stars coach. So let's see if this man can go and, bring some stability to Aqua United. Bolu, I know with coaches, there'll always be talks. You should have gone for this, should have gone to that. But can DJ bring some hope to Aqua United and their season?
Well, football can be weird sometimes. You may be poor in a place and suddenly switch and you become great. And you can be doing so well with another club and you make the switch and everything turns the other way around. Look at Fidesile Chuku, for example. Super for MFM, went to Hardland, all the problems affected him. Now with Plateau United, is close to winning the league. Anything can still happen in the second half. So, you never can tell what will happen. And the problem, to think that Aqua United are the defending champions and they've lost like back-to-back, considering about 7 goals, is bad enough. So maybe they needed that breath of fresh air. But I read that they said they got over 400 applications. I'm saying to myself, how many coaches do we have in Nigeria? They over 400. But what happened with that? It reminded me of what happened with Ancelotti. Leaving Everton with more money and everything and went to a bigger club, Real Madrid. So that's what happened here, leaving sunshine for Aqua United. You can call it unfair, but I tell people if a club wants to sack a coach, they don't tell you ahead of time. They just tell you, okay, we've done well, it's time to go. So he saw the opportunity to coach a bigger side with more experience, more exposure. So let's see what happens. I wish him all the best. We want to see Aqua United in the mix. Same way we want to see Imba in the mix. I like when we say our battles drive towards the end of the season where maybe one match to go, that's where we know the champions. That's the beauty of competition.
All right, and of course, when you get a chance to coach a very stable team, you want to take that opportunity. All right, of course, we're about to go. Let's go at Usman Abdallah Bolu. We all know him, astute manager, has coached Eimba and all that. Now he joins Katsina United. I mean, what else can we say about him? But of course, they need him to help turn things around.
Well, he's close to home. Many people don't know Abdallah is actually one of the most experienced coaches in the NPFL with one of the biggest certifications. He's coached even outside the country. So I think he has what it takes. He has won the NPFL before as well. Let's see if his experience, his understanding of the league can help Katsina United, because truth is, they've been poor this season. Really poor. Yes, you can say some things have been poorer, but maybe Heartland and MFM. But Katsina United they've had a very poor first half of the season. Second half in the NPFL is always like a fresh start. Not all teams continue the form they started the first half with. So let's see if Abdallah can do a good job. But with his experience, you would expect him to do so well for Katsina. I'm sure they are not expecting to win the league. This time around, they just want to survive and move, probably finish in the second half of the table.
All right, I guess that's a good place to leave it. I wasn't going to ask you about predictions, but you've already said something. So I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. And once we see next week, I'll see if everything goes the way. Bolu, I want to thank you for your time on the show today. It was really nice having you. Hopefully, we'll do this again next week.
One of the few days, one of the interesting days is good being in Nigeria. Go Super Eagles.
All right. Okay, so on that note, we want to motivate the Super Eagles and wish them all the best. And hopefully when next you see us on the show, we'll be talking about a victory for the Super Eagles. That's the much we can take on the show today. Thanks for allowing us into your living rooms without knocking. We'll be here again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye now.
Yemi, I was like, why is the show ending now? By tomorrow, the jollof will be ready in London. I'm Austin Okonakwan, and everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.